It's a spooky week.
It's a spooky week.
You there, young boy, what day is it?
Why, it's Halloween, sir.
It is not too late to suck your blood. I want to drain your MP.
Yeah. Welcome to the spookiest the spookiest Final Fantasy podcast, which is the Every F and FF Boodcast. So scary.
One of my favorite things to do is anytime I see a Halloween decoration, I go, like I pretend like I'm actually afraid of it, to the point where like my girlfriend has like gotten actually afraid and thought something was wrong. And I'm like, oh, I need to ham it up more because I don't want to actually. But I like love walking around Target and seeing like a skeleton being like.
Now that we've already started recording, I'm going to adjust my microphone, so you'll wait for a couple seconds.
I'm Scarelix.
I'm Snarl Squirm. I couldn't remember what my fucking Twitter name is.
I'm Curtis Scare. Oh! Or Hurlin Curtis. I've been on Twitter.
Oh,
I like
that's pretty
that one.
good, yeah.
That's good. Because vomit's scary.
Yeah, it's true.
Now, you know what I love? I love clairvoyancy and predictions of the future. I think that's pretty scary, right?
Sure.
And in 1975, Queen released A Night at the Opera featuring the song Bohemian Rhapsody, in which they stated, thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening. Which I believe
Seymour
was...
Guado.
Which I believe was like a Nostradamus-style prediction of the future that this very episode would come out on Halloween.
Guadasalam, 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 Guadasalam. I don't know if that moving the mic helped with that gag at all, but...
We've been saying
I'm
that.
just a blitzballer, nobody loves me.
There's just a bliss from a fall family.
The scariest Halloween song of all. Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yep, that's the one.
I have lately been just announcing Goose's entry to the room. Like, there's a goose. There's a goose. Can you do the fandango?
There's a goose. There's a goose. That's amazing. Yeah, we're on the Thunder Plains this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
it sucks.
I would like to say that none of
hate
us
it here.
none of us are in costume right now.
True.
Very disappointing, but it's okay because I came prepared.
Ooh.
Ugh.
I'm pretty
but
sure.
I don't have very much.
I was like, I'm pretty sure there's some costume shit around here somewhere.
Well, whatever.
I definitely have a witch and wizard hat down in this room somewhere that I've been trying to find. I also wanted to find it for when I was playing Demon Souls. And then I was like,
that's good.
I looked for like 13 seconds and I'm done.
I don't have very much, but I do have a reflective golden suit.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I'm just going to style and profile. Yes, now I look like a fucking...
Don Corneo last
I was going to be like, what's like the... What's Las Vegas for people who can't afford to travel all the way across the United States?
Rock Vegas from the Flintstones movie.
New Vegas. From the future. Also, this is like an XXL, and I wear a medium.
Yo, hell yeah.
Yeah, you're like a Don Corneo.
Real
David
Don
Byrne.
Corneo.
Yeah. I'm like a golden, shiny David Byrne.
Same as it ever was.
There is Mako at the bottom of the ocean. Oh, goodness. All right. With that out of the way, yeah, Thunderplane sucks.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Ugh. It's not good. I was like, it's probably not going to be as bad as everyone says it is.
Yo, you know
I don't know
what,
why
though?
I gave it the benefit of the doubt.
One real good thing about it, I think, though, the music.
Oh, the music's very good.
Love the music in this section.
Also really not thematically fitting because it's like a nice, like kind of relaxing sort of thing where it's like,
the weirdest thing. It's like very jovial and bouncy and like fun.
Plucky and... This sounds really weird, but like every time I first hear the first three notes, it sounds like the beginning of They Might Be Giants, The Communists Have the Music.
Oh, that's a good song.
Like, someone handed me an Ayn Rand sandwich. But this is what it reminded me of. It was a very plucky and like dainty. But
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's music to stroll to.
Yeah,
and then in here,
it's a
like
good strolling
you're
tune.
not allowed to stroll here.
It encourages you to do the one thing you mustn't.
Yeah.
So,
like, right when we walk in,
Yeah.
we get a cutscene, and we just see Rikku, and she's, like, extremely, extremely afraid.
she's spooked.
And she says, oh, no. She says what we're all thinking. Oh, no, we're here. And then it kind of shows what's going on, and we see these, like, large towers that, like, start to glow red, and, like, lightning hits them and everything, and we can kind of see it
Spire
stretching.
is named after.
Yeah.
The spires.
Yeah, so, like, So
The
this,
Redstone Spire.
so this area is like, it looks very like desolate, I guess.
Yeah.
Like it's very flat. There's no greenery. It just stretches on for fucking ever as far as the eye can see, and it's like perpetual nighttime here.
Yeah.
And there's just like lightning striking everywhere, like constantly.
Thunderbolts and lightning.
Very frightening. And yeah, Tidus is like, how are we supposed to cross that? And Lulu says,
See the lightning rod towers? The lightning is drawn to them. Hopefully.
yeah, Waka says, we head north. Not too near, not too far from the towers, yeah? And Lulu says, meaning we should avoid wide open areas.
Yeah, and then
I
there's
love
like
the
a
idea
huge...
of like not being able to walk near the towers either.
Yeah.
You just have to like walk on this like little path that makes
It's like
sure you
a
don't
scene,
get lit.
yeah. A perfectly straight line and you're safe. No more, no less.
Yeah, right.
And then there's like a huge crash and we hear lightning and thunder. And like it just like really scares Rikku again, and she says, "I think I forgot something in Guado Salam."
Yeah.
and she like starts like getting ready to go, and Orin just says, "Nice knowing you," and she's like, "Okay, I'll go."
Yeah, I know. I love Orange. Just like, all right.
Why are we going through here?
To get to Xanarkand. Why are we doing anything in this
Yeah,
game?
it's part of the pilgrimage.
Well, we're trying to go to Macalania, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So we could have just taken a boat across the bay.
there's no boats
We've
here.
taken like 3 boats this episode, and every time some absolute shit happens, no more boats.
Or Shupaf.
Or Shupa. We can
Yeah,
take a
I wonder
Shupa.
how the shoe puff would fare here.
It's probably not like open sea shoe puffs.
Yeah,
They're all like river bound.
deep sea shoe puffs.
It's like swimming next to like a whale. You see like a shoe puff. Oh no.
Or, wear a rubber suit like in Breath of the Wild or whatever.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, well, speaking of which, actually, Tidus's clothes look like they're all rubber. He's probably fine.
Yeah, you would think.
It's just wet because it's raining here, right?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
true.
He's probably all wet
Is it
from that
raining here?
Blitzball
Actually, I
game.
forget.
It
Nah,
is.
wait, is it?
Yeah, it's very like faint though, but I think
Oh.
it's perpetual.
Oh, you're right.
It's
I
like
do see that.
perpetually raining. It doesn't feel like it when you're like walking around.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of feels like one of those days where it's just like misty.
Yeah,
you know,
you're
like
right.
drizzling a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get like a really helpful tutorial here that says, moving across the Thunder Plains, lightning can strike Tidus on the Godolph Thunder Plains.
Yeah, the Gandalf
oh, the
Thunder
Gandalf.
Plains.
I was like,
And I was like, have
like,
I ever
don't say
heard
Gandalf.
that?
The god awful Thunder Plains.
I was like, don't say Gandalf,
Yeah.
don't say Ganon, don't say Gandalf. And then I was, Gandalf.
Ganondorf Thunder Plains.
Yeah. So yeah, you can get struck by it, and I think there's like a little like you see the character model of Tidus walking around, and like he gets struck by lightning,
Yeah.
or does he? Yeah, no, he gets struck by lightning, and then it says lightning can strike at any time, so keep moving. The lightning rod towers absorb nearby lightning. Seek shelter under them, and like basically it goes on to say that like you can avoid it as well if you hit A or circle or whatever button it is in your version of the game.
Yeah.
And like Tidus can like jump away from it. And then they also say constantly mashing A, however, can be dangerous.
Yeah.
Good luck on your journey.
I get good luck. I love that it just ends with a fucking good luck, sucker.
God, yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's okay. The chances of getting struck by lightning is only 1 in 500,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the chances that you could be struck twice in
Yeah.
one stroll? Insane.
Yeah, the good thing about it is it does abide by like the real life rule where you don't ever get struck by lightning twice. So yeah, if you get struck once, you just get it out of the way and then you don't have to worry. It's the
Killing off
the
a bandit,
pro yeah, it's the pro strat.
But yeah, like it actually like the towers do work though. Like if
Yeah.
you like stick near the towers and on the path,
Where
like
5G comes from.
but yeah, lightning won't strike if that happens, and it doesn't like do any damage. It's not like a damaged floor tile or something.
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
not like in Final Fantasy 1 walking on like the spikes or the lava or anything,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I really thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
I was very
it's just
nervous.
annoying because like when he gets hit, like Tidus gets thrown backward quite a distance.
Yeah, and you're trying to move forward for the whole stretch of it, so like anytime you like get bumped back like a couple of steps, you're like,
Yeah.
and
I
like,
also say, like-
it goes pretty rapidly too. Like you can
Yeah.
get hit twice in a row pretty frequently.
Yeah, it's
The
true.
worst is right when you finish a random encounter. It's like,
It always happens
I fucking
right
hate
after
it
an
so much.
encounter.
It's like literally like 2 frames after the screen comes back to the overworld, and you immediately get like just
Yeah,
electrocuted as soon
every
as you're
time,
done.
every
It was
fucking
waiting for you
time.
to come back.
Yeah.
Yep. And like you can't do it. So like I know that human reaction time is better for audio than it is for visual stimulus.
Yeah.
But the audio plays when you're getting hit. You have to react to the visual stimulus.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It's just a flash of white, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Also, I saw a thing on in like a tutorial thing online how with like the way that the upscaling works on the
Yeah.
HD version, it actually like lags a little bit. So like even if you're right on, you're kind of not right on.
Unfair.
I'm just shaking my head in disappointment right now. I want everybody to know.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Hit up Darmok and see how she fares.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously.
PS2 version.
I do like the enemy encounters in this area have one thing that I think is very cool about them. Every single set of the encounters will always have an enemy that's like a flying type that Waka needs to take care of.
Nice.
So like I remember earlier in the season being like, for whatever reason, Waka just becomes like ridiculously strong, like toward like the halfway to the end of the game. And like I was thinking about it and I was like, oh, no wonder every area from like here on out always has a flying type in like every encounter. Like he just now is a permanent piece of the party for every one of these fights. So Waka leveled up a lot in my journey through the Thunder Plains.
I barely used Waka here.
Really?
I had a.
You use Lulu for the flying ones?
I used Lulu, Tidus, and I used Rikku.
Okay.
And I was just stealing every fucking chance
I would
got.
steal whenever I could.
stole
Yeah,
so much.
Yep. There's some cool things to steal here. Like they're not all super useful immediately, but they can be very useful with Riku's mix command.
Yeah, like once we started getting into like the customization aspects of this, I'm like, oh, okay, now every resource I want to have as much of as I can. So I was just like, I don't know what an electro ball does or whatever. Like, I'm gonna steal that. Oh, I don't know what a lightning ball or whatever.
Yeah,
the fuck
lightning
it's
marble, I think.
Yeah, marble.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
something like that.
I will say this, like, you don't need to hoard yet unless you're specifically trying to get a skill.
Sure.
Because toward the end of the game, we will have a method to just get 99 of items in a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah, so you're going to use W item.
Yeah.
And you're going to exploit the glitch where it gives you one back, and then you just keep doing that over and over again to get 99 elixirs.
Now, all the enemies here, I think, are new, right? Like, we haven't seen them yet.
There's variants.
Yeah, a couple of
New
them are
variants,
variants.
but-
There's like
Yeah.
the larva, which is new.
Yes.
I hate that thing.
So, that thing...
It looks like a Geiger crazy bone.
It does. Oh my, dude! You remember Crazy Bones? I was packing
Oh
up
my
and
God.
I found a whole thing. I have a bunch of them at home, and I was like, because I'm packing to move right now, and I found a whole like container of Crazy Bones. I was like, oh shit! I forgot about these. These rule.
It's kind of fucked up you didn't bring the box of Crazy Bones to the podcast. But
I know, for the Halloween episode and everything. Bones, because bones is scary. Bone. Bone.
I'll you bring the Crazy Bones next week. I'll bring some devil sticks, and we'll get real cool with it.
But that's what the larva looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I will say, so it counters with Thundara, I think, right?
So-
every time you hit it.
Not every
Riku died immediately.
Not every time you hit it. I don't think it's every time you hit it. I think it's when it hits a certain threshold, it will use Thundara on itself.
Well, it does that too.
Oh, okay.
But it also counters.
Interesting. Maybe
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It'll
might not have
counter
noticed
physical
that.
attacks.
Oh yeah, I wasn't using any physical
Okay,
attacks.
yeah.
I was just like Lulu just leveled up a bunch here. because I
Okay,
was just
yeah,
like,
dude, Lulu can damage all the enemies here big time.
Yeah, it was just like Watara, I guess, or Watara.
Yeah, doing like the
Water A.
Water A.
Water A.
Yeah, do like in the mid to like thousands of damage and stuff. Like
Yeah.
real good damage.
Yeah, she
here.
could pretty much almost one shot like nearly everything.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if she got a bad roll or something, she wouldn't. But
Yeah.
it was mostly just like water and
Yeah.
Watara.
I will say with the larva, you can use Waka to silence them using a silence attack, and
Oh, hell yeah.
they're unable to do anything.
Yeah.
Like they won't counter, and when their turn comes up, it just skips it and it just goes on to the next person.
That
So I
fucking
would hit
rules.
them first, and then just leave them there and take care of the rest of the fight and come for them last.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, they're basically out of the fight now. It doesn't matter.
I had Riku throw like a smoke bomb or something, which usually would just take out like 2 of the enemies like in one hit.
Nice.
yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I used a grenade at one point and took down like everything that was there. I was like, oh
I
shit.
bought
I was like, I wish
so
I had
many
some...
grenades in this section, but we'll get to that.
Oh, I'm excited to get to that.
Okay, yeah. There's an enemy called the Boer.
The Boer.
The booer.
Booer.
It's a flying eye.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah.
It's Have we fought one of these type of enemies before?
Yeah, we fought him on Mihan,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Did I
makes
say
sense.
it looks like Suezo from Monster Rancher?
maybe.
It looks like Suezo from Monster Rancher,
This one's green.
but it flies. Yeah, this one's green. And then there's some like the little like iguana guys that Tidus can fight. There's some of like the more thick Komodo Dragon Boys.
Yeah, those things do a ton of damage if they hit you.
Yeah.
Like if they do like a charge attack that will like do like 1200 HP.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ.
Now I will say, like, because like every one of these enemies has water weakness,
Yeah.
the fights go real fast if you have water equipment.
This it took me a lot longer in this section to be like, okay, fuck it, I don't actually need to fight these enemies every time, just because they were so easy to like use strategy against.
Yeah. At this point, too, I think Tidus should have access to a weapon that's like water strike, strength +5, strength +10. So like,
I got some water balls for Waka.
Yeah.
I think, too.
Yeah. I don't think I had any water weapons on anyone in my party, but also I was just like, Lulu's fine.
Luzu.
Rip.
Shout outs to a real one.
R.I.P. Lulu has a lot of MP.
Oh yeah.
Like she can cast for a while.
I remember like going on a string of just like random encounters and being like, oh man, I should check how many ethers I have because Lulu's got to be getting down there. And she still had like 100 MP, which was more than anyone else in my party.
Yeah,
I was like,
she can just keep going.
And then like by the time you reach like a save sphere and like get that all back, it's like no problem.
Yeah, and there's save spheres, like there's 2 or 3 of them in this area too. Like it's not too tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's one at the beginning and end of each screen.
Yeah. So like it's I would say it's free. Like this area is free.
It's not as bad as like some other areas in some other games, but it's extremely annoying.
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to grind here, it seems like it's a pretty good spot.
You could grind around one of the towers.
Yeah.
If you like ran around a tower so you're not getting fucking pelted with lightning every time you come out of the fight.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. This definitely seems like an area where the one thing that we were talking about, like having to dodge the thing, like that's definitely going to require no encounters to do.
Also, there are some interesting stones that litter the landscape.
Yeah.
That have the picture of this odd shaped cactus shaped critter on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a cactuar is just a green swastika if you think about it.
Yeah,
I hate
in some
that.
ways, yeah.
I hate
I
that.
noticed that when I was trying to make a
silhouette of it.
I was like, wait a second.
Wait, no, it's not, because it's
one of the arms I think is not.
No, the
does
legs
not-
and the arms go in different directions.
Yeah.
It's fine, everyone.
It's close enough to where it's like
You don't want to see a red one.
yeah.
Keep it green.
Keep it green.
Anyway, yeah, there's a glowy. I was almost think this.
You just like get a cactuar and you like
Green party.
You crush them up and roll them up into a joint and you smoke a cactuar until they get high in Spira.
But this, these stones remind me of those weird totem stones from Zelda, and I think Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask that have like a weird totem face on it.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
The gossip stones.
The gossip
that's them.
stones.
Yeah.
But they're just kind of glowing with the Aurora Borealis,
Yeah.
sparkling.
So-
But they have a little cactuar imprinted on them.
Technically, at this point, we don't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't got the instructions for what to do with them, but we get them in this episode. We get those instructions. So I guess
Yeah.
we like...
Oh, do we?
We do, yeah.
Yeah.
Or we can. We can.
Yes.
Should
It's optional.
Should we talk about it now or come back to it when we get
I'd
it?
say let's come back to it when we get to it, just because
That sounds marvelous.
that's where my screenshots are. And also, since I had to fucking backtrack, I want everyone else to have to as well.
Also, all of these stones are, like, far enough off the path that, like... It's just Thunder City out there, baby.
You're gonna get struck. Yeah.
You're gonna get hit. Hate it. Hate everything about it. Also, there are areas that like there are more lightning strikes that happen than others.
Really?
Yeah, it's interesting. Like the little craters that you can walk by, it's more common there.
So some of them actually, I don't think it's a common thing. I think it's actually like a scripted event. If you're so close to a
maybe
certain
so.
thing, it will always shoot a lightning thing. So this is
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
strat for when you're trying to get as many like 200 dodges in a row.
Why would you want to get that?
Who's to say? It's because for your
Because you're fucking
achievement.
try hard.
For your achievement hunting stream, there's an achievement for it.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, but the tip there is to just keep using that so it's not like waiting to react for when it happens and you can actually like get into a rhythm of it.
Yeah, right.
Which still seems like it's going to be extremely hard.
Yes. There's some chests with some cool
I'm
stuff.
going to do it in traffic.
There's some chests with some cool stuff around here. There's like 5,000 gil. There's a weapon with water properties for Waka.
Yeah.
A couple other things.
It's like 2 Phoenix Downs.
Also, there's the best character in the game,
Hell fucking yeah.
just hanging out.
The legend himself.
The legend, the absolute fucking mad lad.
Who?
Donald Duck.
No, Machen's standing under one of the things.
I
Yeah.
missed him.
Oh, did you miss him?
Damn.
Well, it makes it. I mean, he's like.
I highlighted his section in the script, so I know he's around here. I think I didn't see him though.
It's very. So even I'm looking on my screen right now, like,
to, like,
the
the-
screenshot. He's behind fog.
Yeah, he's like all the way to like the east of the area.
Yeah,
I'm
you have to
pretty
have
sure.
those Dark Souls eyes to be able to see through the fog gates.
Yeah,
Then you can
exactly.
see Machen.
Nation destroyed.
But yeah, he says,
Well, hello there. Would you like to hear about this place?
and you can say maybe next time like a fucking monster or sure, which everyone has to say sure,
Yes.
obviously.
Always an opportunity
it.
to learn.
Do it.
All right, let me see.
Very well. Let
Oh.
me tell you about the crossing. A long time ago, this place was a traveler's nightmare. Plains of lightning, plains of thunder, those who cross are torn asunder.
Thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only play when they are playing. It's fuck. I fucked that up because I was trying to do the major.
Game.
Thunder! You've been thunderstruck!
Ride the lightning.
Yeah.
Or so they used to say. Then a name by the... A name? Or a man?
A man.
A man by... This person screwed up
A
this.
name by the man? Yeah.
We're calling this person out who
Or on Lou,
Transfers.
I'm calling you out.
Then a man by the name of Bilgan appeared.
And his name is Bilgan.
Bilgan, yeah.
No relation to Bilgamine.
Yeah, I suppose not.
Using Machina, he built towers that served as lightning rods across the plains. Finally, travelers were able to cross in safety. Bilgan was building that tower over there when he was struck and killed by lightning.
So does the camera like pan over to like an unfinished tower or something?
There
like
is an unfinished tower here.
cool.
Yeah, and the only reason I know that is from FFX 2.
that? Oh, that's cool.
So,
Hell
it's
yeah.
fucking
If you talk to him again, it says Bilgan was an Albed. Our history books never mention him. Oh,
Yeah,
it's Albed erasure.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yep.
Bummer.
Again, wouldn't know what that's like in real life.
Yeah, right?
Couldn't imagine having like history books that erase parts of it that are
Yeah.
inconvenient.
Yeah, where it's just like, yeah, no, like Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's not even inconvenient though.
thanks-
Like that would be a great story. Like,
Thanksgiving's coming up, and we celebrate that time that
Yeah, the
new
Pilgrims and the Indians got
Pilgrims,
together
They got
and-
together. They cooked each other meals. They taught us what maize was, and that's
that's
it.
And that, as they say, what's that?
As they
And
say.
they invented casinos, and everyone was happy.
But yeah, that's pretty much all he has for this, which is like a really cool thing. But it's also funny to think of, like, I mean, obviously there's shit that happens like that in the real world and stuff, but it's like
People getting struck by
this
lightning.
is well, yeah, but this is like a pretty notable place in the world, and there's
Yeah.
just all these towers and stuff, and I guess people are just like, oh yeah, there's towers. They're just
We'll
one of
never know.
one of the wonders of the world.
I'm sure Yevon has something to do with it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, probably so. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, like, I think that qualifies as Machina, right?
Yeah, it does. He says explicitly that it's Machina.
I mean, it doesn't have to be. It could just be a piece of metal, and it just...
I'm starting to think that what a Machina is and is not is an arbitrary like line by Yevon. They're just like, no, that's Machina.
We hear a bump in the
Machina-
night. That's Machina. Dude.
Machina is
When the moon hits your eye, like a big pizza pie.
That's Machina.
yeah, Machina is
I'm taking this fucking suit off, by the way. It's too hot. Sorry.
this is quite all right. But yeah, if you go up to one of those strange, like those cactuar stones, and try to interact with it, it just says a strange stone. So there's nothing we can. I mean,
Oh, okay.
we don't know what to do with it yet.
Right.
But yeah, we just kind of keep going through this horrible place, getting struck by lightning.
And then
We see another character. Yes?
the Prince of the Cosmos herself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, indeed.
always-
She looks like
I
the
always
prince.
think, I always think her hair looks like a king or one of the Cosmos from
Yeah.
White Dynasty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I
what
can
I'm
see
saying?
it. She's just pushing around a big old ball.
Her and Belgamine are also have that kind of similar look.
What is the Prince of all Cosmos' relation to Sisyphus? They're always pushing that ball. And their
but-
work is never done.
Their work is never done, but I feel like the Prince of all Cosmos is like more successful with it.
Well, I think as philosopher Albert Camus said, we have to imagine the Prince of all Cosmos happy. That's a great joke. I want everybody listening to know. That's incredible.
Well, Sisyphus pushing a ball up a hill because his parents fucked the literally fucked the all the planets out of orbit.
Yeah.
To rebuild the fucking solar system. Rocking too hard.
That reminds me of a fucking
Sorry, everybody, for party rocking.
That reminds me of a fucking stupid joke that I think I made on
Former
Twitter.
apology from LMFAO.
A joke that I made on Twitter that I don't know if like anyone actually saw it, but I was like, damn, that's like the best thing I've ever said, where it was Sisyphus walked so that Kate Bush could run.
But yeah, Shalinda's here. That's who we're alluding to.
Hell yeah.
Shalinder.
And she's like, hey, good day. And Tidus just says, hi there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is funny because it almost seems arbitrary when a cutscene is just going to be Tidus
Yeah.
or the
Yeah.
party that you're traveling with.
That's JRPGs, baby.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Because this interaction is just Tidus and Shalinda,
Yeah.
and everyone else is like just MIA.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like Shalinda's all fucking like jovial and shit. She's like super happy. And she's like, oh my God, I heard that Yuna and Seymour are getting married. Like she's so happy about it. And like Tidus just like, where'd you hear that? Where'd you hear that from? And she's like, oh, the Guado are telling everybody. And I'm like, I told you guys that Seymour was that kind of person who would just be like, yeah, I have a girlfriend. We're getting married.
Through.
Yeah. Like, and then like,
It's like, no, say anything different about me, says
Yeah,
Seymour.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, what's up? Like he's like totally baiting for like, oh, nothing, I'm engaged.
yeah.
Nobody gives a shit until
Yeah. And Tidus says like, he's like,
I'm afraid you heard a little wrong. Yuna's gonna turn him down.
which like, shut the fuck up, Tidus. You don't know that.
Yeah, like, where are you
Don't
getting
speak
that
for her,
information?
like,
Yeah.
he's dead set on it.
He's doing the whole fake it till you make it thing. He's like trying to have like the positive thoughts, like give him positive outcomes.
Right. And she's like so disappointed when
Yeah, she's like, oh, really?
oh really?
And then we get a prompt.
Yeah, so
I want to know what everyone said.
So your options are, yep, no wedding, or just kidding. So I did that fucking math calculus where I was like, what will Carl and Alex pick? So I picked just kidding.
Hell yeah, I picked yep, no wedding.
Okay, good. I was thinking, I was
forget which one I
like,
did.
if I was Carl and Alex, what would I pick? And so I was like, I think that they'll pick this one, so I'll pick the other one.
Much like every wedding that I was supposed to go to in 2020. Yep, no wedding. It's a real bummer.
How we go with yours first? Because it's the first on the list.
Sure. Shalinda just looks down and says, I see. That's unfortunate.
Shreds, you say.
To shreds, you say. Well, I'm sure that people would have rejoiced all over Spira.
Oh.
And then it like zoomed out. He was just like, Tidus just completely pissed all over like her joy.
Yeah, I know.
And everyone's fucking joy.
Christmas time is here.
So I said, oh, I'm just kidding. And she gets mad and she's like,
Hey, it will not do to joke about a thing like that.
and then she like gets like lost in her own head and she's like holding her face and she's like, oh, Maester Seymour and Lady Yuna, how wonderful.
Oh, boy.
She's all lost in it. Shalinda.
It's got like the same energy of parents who like don't necessarily care who your partner is. They're just like, oh, you're getting married? Oh, you're going to give me grandkids? Like it's the same sort of vibe where it's like no critical thought was put into it.
Shalinda needs some hobbies, I think.
Yeah. She's what, just a nun? I don't think
Yeah.
nuns are
She
allowed.
hates billboards.
Nuns are not allowed to have hobbies. It's forbidden by Yevon.
Yeah. Well, I was like, at first I was going to be like, Shalinda needs to find an SO, but then I was like, no, she needs to work on herself first. But yeah, and then she notably does not heal us.
Yeah.
She established a precedent, and now I expect it to be fulfilled.
Yeah.
Every time I see her, I'm just like, no, this is the part where you heal us.
Yeah. And
Mad.
around here, there's a chest with that water ball that we were talking about, the Waka thing,
If you
and
add-
another one of those like cactuar stones.
Yeah. If you do what I did and I added sensor to the water ball because there's one
Nice.
empty spot on it, and I was like, well, I'm gonna have walk in the party the whole time. I'll put sensor on there, and that way I just always have scan active all the time. And if you do that, it just transforms it back into another fucking scout.
I did,
damn it.
I did the
Yeah.
same thing with a couple items here. Like I actually went back to Guado Salam and like bought some like equipment that I could have just for this area because I'm like, all right, I'm getting fucking decimated by lightning. I'm gonna do like the yellow things just by I think like the electro balls that you get, you can
Yeah.
put on armor.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and just transform it so that
Yeah,
like,
it gives
everyone
you,
in my
like,
party had like half.
Yeah, lightning ward, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you take half lightning damage. That's some pro strats there, Carl.
that
I didn't
made-
think about that.
That made shit way more doable.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
that's good shit.
At first, I went back and I was like, "Oh, I'll just buy those items. They have them all here." And I was like, "Fuck, this is expensive." And I'm like, "Wait, I can be not stupid about it."
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because you can steal that stuff with Rikku now too.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
And there was, I think the default weapon that Rikku has is like claw or something.
Yeah.
And like I just put sensor on that because I was like, she's always going to be in my party because I'm always going to be stealing. Always be stealing.
ABS baby.
Seymour is the
Pope.
the head pope over at Macalania, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
But he lives in Guado, Salam.
correct.
I think that they're like, there's no town in Macalania, so like probably Guadasalam is the closest town.
So he commutes, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why his hair looks like that. Through thunder plains, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, because it's like it's standing up on it. Yeah.
Like a balloon.
Yeah. But as we get toward the end of this, I was gonna say room. It's not really a room. Screen, I guess.
Yeah.
There's like a really big lightning bolt that hits one of the towers, and Walk is like joking around. He's like laughing. He goes,
Whoa! That was a close one.
like he's having a good old time.
Yeah, he's loving it.
Yeah, he's loving being out here. And Lulu's
He's
just
the
like,
tallest one. He's the one who would probably get stretched.
he has that fucking lightning rod fucking hairstyle too, just like sticking up in the air. And Lulu's like, stop kidding around. And he just goes, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, he gets real serious right away. It's so
Yeah,
good.
he's defeated. It's so funny. And then like Rikku starts like creepily laughing.
Yeah, she's like breaking a little bit.
It's
She's
like, have you ever seen a Gretsuko? It's like Fenico.
I fucking love Fenico. Fenico's so good. Yeah,
It's
she
that-
just
it's
keeps
Hmm. What's wrong?
going, like nervously giggling.
Yeah.
And Tidus just like kind of like mocks her with it. He's like, hey, you're giving me the creeps.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, Tidus, I don't think you have any room to judge how anyone else will laugh, but okay. But then she like, there's another like crash of lightning at the tower that they're standing near, and she like crouches down completely and like is like in kind of like a fetal position, and she's just terrified.
Yeah.
And then
She goes full Junji Ito, like she like fucking skitters across the ground.
Yeah, this is the Halloween episode.
She
Yeah.
like she goes from like kneeling down to putting all fours on the ground, and the screen like zooms out, and we have like a bird's eye view of it, and it shows everybody like take a step back, like they're freaked out, like what is she doing? And then she like skitters around like a fucking like insect, like going like, which I guess like I don't know, you get down when there's lightning or whatever. So you're not
Yeah.
struck,
I get down, but yeah.
But she like crawls over to Tidus and like grabs his leg.
It's so good.
And she's like, I want to go home. I hate lightning. I hate thunder. But luckily, our boy Rin has erected a travel agency
Hell yeah.
building nearby.
Yeah, it's like a little Holiday Inn.
Yeah, it's like when
It's like a hotel motel Holiday
California.
Inn. Oh, yeah.
it's like when someone puts a Wawa, like a super Wawa gas station, right off of a highway exit, and they're like, "Yeah, I know people are going to be coming here."
They only have sheets out here in the Thunder Plains. If Mutsky listens to our podcast, that one's for you, bud.
Yeah, but Rikku says,
Let's go rest over there. Please?
This storm never stops. Better to cross quickly.
I know, but just for a little while.
Yeah, and it's just like Tidus is like his legs like sticking out because he's like holding on to it, and he's like trying to lean away from her. Yeah, and he goes, well, what now? And then like Auron just like sighs or whatever. Like Auron just wants to get on with this fucking
Yeah.
thing. Like he's like even annoyed by like Yuna's stuff where he's like, whatever, marry him or don't, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, we got shit
have
to
sin.
do. Yeah.
And now he's like, this like new person is like scared of lightning, and he's like, it's like testing his patience. I love it. I like like
Marge.
I think the good thing about Final Fantasy X, I think, is because we have like a limited size party. There's only 7 characters, and we get like a long time to deal with them. We get like interactions in between all the different characters.
Yeah.
And like Rikku and Auron's relationship is already one of my favorite ones.
Another thing I really like about it that I feel like hasn't really happened in too many Final Fantasy games, like around this time, is that our party is just kind of always together. Like there were points where obviously we didn't have Rikku or whatever, but like once they join the party, it's kind of just like everyone's together and like in the same place.
Yeah, sure.
It's much less like being like choose your party. Okay, I'm gonna do Tifa and Barrett, and then the other party's doing an unseen mission somewhere. It's like no, we're all together.
Yeah, that is cool. I do like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like the screen changes over to being right in front of the travel agency.
Yeah.
but like nobody has stopped at the travel
Everyone's
agency.
just walking past it.
And so Riku's standing in front of the door of it, not moving, and everybody's walking off into the distance. And she says, "Pretty please, just a few minutes." And they turn around to listen to her, and then like very comedically, like nobody in the party says anything. They just turn to look at her. She talks. Then they turn back around and keep walking away. And every time she says something, they turn around, look at her, and then continue to walk away. Like all the way till they're like entirely off the screen. It's so funny. But she's like,
I'm scared of lightning. Let's rest, please. Pretty please.
and then again they turn around and they keep leaving her. It's so good.
And then she says,
I'm too young to die.
I know.
and then they pretty much are all like almost completely off the screen.
Almost completely off screen.
And she says, "You're mean, cruel. Your moms would be ashamed of you. Are you having fun doing this to me? Fine."
And then Orin goes, "Fine, we rest. She's worse than the storm."
Well, alternatively, if you just go in, you can skip that whole section.
Oh, really?
You can just
wow.
go, like either
I
until
guess-
Orin gives in or Tidus goes in.
Okay, all right.
If you go in, it'll just skip that whole
I bet
thing.
that gives like Rikku like plus affection or whatever. I bet.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Interesting, yeah. Yeah, because Tidus is like, I guess you're controlling Tidus at this point. I was just standing there watching.
Yeah, I didn't even try to move him.
So I guess like you can join the party if you want.
It's like when
but-
you were outside of Jose Temple and you're like, I think something's supposed to happen. The screen keeps shaking. Yeah, I was just standing there like, I don't think can I do anything? I think
It's
I
like
just
we're
go
waiting
through
for Yuna to get out of Seymour's house.
Yeah, right.
Always waiting for Yuna.
But yeah, so as soon as we walk into the travel agency, Yuna says, "I'm a little tired." And she walks up to the person at the counter and says, "Do you have a room available?"
Yeah.
And the clerk says, "Lady Summoner, yes, just over this way." And then Yuna goes back to her room, right? And I'm also pretty tired, you guys.
Yeah.
I think we might want to take a little nap.
I'm gonna see if they have any bathrooms here at this inn on the Thunder Plains. I watched Ren and Stimpy as a kid. I don't want to be peeing outside during a thunderstorm.
So I'm
Don't go whiz on the electric thing.
I'm gonna eat the rest of my dinner
Hell
while we're on break, which is
A brownie.
the last half of a Wawa brownie and
Hell
a
yeah!
Coke.
Shout outs to Wawa. Down with Sheets.
Get him.
Sheets is pretty good.
See you on the Thunder Plains, listener. Ooh.
We're nice and cozy.
Oh, dude, so cozy.
There's a nice little fireplace in here. It's a little stormy outside. It's very spooky, but it's kind of nice in here.
Here's an important story. And
I keep hearing weirdly under the floorboards in this travel agency, the heart beating.
Beating of a heart.
Yeah, it's probably nothing. It's just
I have a podcasting strategy I'm trying out for this back half of this episode. I needed to use the bathroom during the interim, but I did not, and I'm hoping that the pressure in my tum will make me do better podcasting. I'll have like an increased, heightened sense of urgency.
How did you think I was on the first half of this episode? Because that was the involuntary strategy that I was employing for the last half. So,
I thought that you were shining. I thought that was incredible.
I was glowing because me and Yuna are getting engaged, getting married.
Yeah. You were both physically and socially radiant.
Ooh, thank you. So we're in Rin's travel agency.
Yeah. Good old
Did you
Rin.
want to run to the bathroom before we start?
No, I'm serious.
All right.
I'm dead serious.
If you need to stop, let us know.
310 to Yuna.
We did it.
Put that in somewhere that makes sense.
Yeah, Yuna ran to the back room.
Yeah.
And we're
Said
free to
bathroom,
like.
She also had to use the bathroom.
Do you have a room available?
Yeah.
I mean, bathroom? I got a big summon.
The fucking fireflies start gathering.
Got something fierce.
Oh, dude. What the fuck?
5 fucking beams come blasting out from
Oh, I think this one's gonna be an energy blast. I thought it was gonna be a ray, but it turned out to be a blast. Okay.
But yeah, everyone's kind of like a little worried about Yuna. Like,
Yeah.
Lulu's like, oh, this isn't like her.
Yeah.
And then we can go around and talk to our party, or we can look on the desk here where there appears to be an Albed primer.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hell yeah, add in another alphabet number That's not how the alphabet works. I was like, hell yeah.
Numeral.
A number letter.
A number letter. East is west. Who gives a shit? This podcast is dumb. But you, when you walk up to it, it's actually not like a primer, and it's there's an original copy of a history of Summoners, Thunder Plains edition, and it's like,
I don't know why that just sounds funny. It's a Thunder Plains edition.
Yeah, actually, like they
Prepare to
like
Die edition.
they like. I'm sorry.
I'm glad we're laughing here, because before I read that, I actually went around and talked to everyone. So okay, here's the here's what happens when you hit read on this. It says, long ago, fiends known as quacktars roamed the Jose continent freely.
Well, I don't know. There's no U there. It's like QA.
QAnon.
QAC. So it's like it's still cactuars with a Q.
Yeah,
QAnon.
Yeah, I guess it is.
One of the good one of the Q without U words in Scrabble is coat. QAT.
Oh wow.
I don't know what it means.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
who needs to know?
Y'all know how the CUIRASS is pronounced?
Quijibo.
Like the armor.
What is it?
CUIRASS.
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 Someone, I heard this somewhere. I recently someone like pointed out how that's actually pronounced, and it was not what I thought.
According to Google, it's just straight up queer ass.
Oh wow.
And I was just like,
Gonna have to cancel that word.
It's done. Armor is over.
Armor is over.
It's fine. The queer community will take it back.
Yeah, goddamn right.
The lesbians already had their swords from last year. Give everyone else cuirasses.
Yeah.
Queer asses.
Queer asses.
Anyway, long ago, fiends known as cactuars roamed the Jose continent freely. They ran rampant, ravaged. I'm getting a little too theatrical with it, and I'm fucking up how to read.
No, give it a good fucking like thespian.
I'm gonna pretend that
pretend that you're
Machen is writing this. Machen probably did write this.
Is Machen here?
Yeah. They ran rampant, ravaging fields and tormenting travelers. Then Lord Gandalf appeared. I fucking hate how every word in this fucking game looks like another word that I always fuck up.
Is Gandalf.
A man later to become High Summoner, he scoured the continent for a cactuar and drove them to these plains. Once he gathered the cactuars together, Lord Gandalf linked the sign of Y. Whereupon the cactuars turned to smoke and were absorbed by a stone. The cactuars were thus sealed into stone, fated to face lightning day and night, until someone again links the Y sign and releases the seal. They shall suffer within the stone for their deeds. Thus did Lord Gandalf bring relief to peoples all over Spira. He believed that the battle with sin was only one part of the summoner's great mission.
Gandalf!
So when I said Y there, it's literally like the switch button.
It's the switch button.
Or like square.
Yeah, right on the original. He sealed them in with the sign of square.
X, like on Xbox.
It's like Zelda puzzles where like, what could this symbol mean? And it's just a Wiimote.
Yeah.
So now we know what to do with his fucking stones. You got to go up to them and hit Y like you're trying to get them on your fucking blitzball team.
It shows you the fucking like how much they're being paid. 0.
Use 1,000 needles in blitzball to instantly win.
Oh my goodness!
A team of cactuars.
Oh, that'd be so cute.
So you can also talk to Rikku here. I mean, you can talk to any of your party. This is another thing where you get to walk around and talk to people, and the order you talk to them in gives them like the little affection points or whatever.
So always talk to Lulu first.
There you go. But if you talk to Rikku, she explains about the whole deal about her being afraid of lightning and thunder and stuff.
When I was little, a fiend attacked me while I was swimming at the beach. My brother tried to beat it back with a spell, but he missed and hit me instead.
And she's like, ever since then, I've been terrified of it. And I love that like Lulu's overhearing it as well. And she's like, oh, you should learn some magic actually. Like, and like,
nah, Rikku, you just haven't had the right strand of magic, bro.
I actually love that though, because I was like, oh yeah, if she learned more about it, actually, she might not be afraid of it.
Yeah, she wouldn't be as afraid if she's like, just dip on over into my sphere grid.
Yeah, right. But it also made me think that I guess because canonically we can do that, we can put people in other sphere grids. But I like the idea that in Spira, magic is just a thing that you can just do.
Yeah.
If you just try.
Yeah.
Because In 7, it made sense because nobody can do magic unless have special marble, right?
Yeah.
Like, and so it's
Dragon
The
like,
forbidden marble.
yeah, right. And like,
in what the fuck's it called in Final Fantasy? I don't know the name of the world in Final Fantasy 8. Who cares? But you cannot use magic unless you have GF.
yeah.
That face when no GF.
Yeah.
You can't use lightning spells.
Can't cast spells because of feminism.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, and then like, yeah, she said you should learn some spells too. And then like, of course, thunder like strikes and she screams
Yeah.
because it's outside. Yeah, like
Then pretty much right after that, Rin came out. For me, he like walks. Like, he was like in the back rooms or whatever. I guess he was in one of the other stalls that Yuna wasn't using.
And by the way, I think this is another Tom Kenny voice. If you
I think so. Yeah.
He's like, nice to see you again. Welcome to the Rin Travel Agency.
I love Rin.
He's really nice.
Rin's good.
Who is on? Darmok was on when we were talking about Rin and how like fucking ripped he is up front.
He's got this beautiful like short kind of jacket showing
Dude,
off
he's
all
a
chest.
beautiful man. Like he's the most pretty man in the entire Spira.
He looks like a prince in like any other like standard Western like fantasy.
Yeah,
he has long
absolutely.
hair
Yeah.
and this beautiful like fluffy coat or whatever.
Yeah.
Showing off a lot of chest.
And he's like, "How goes your study of our language?" Because he's like, "Oh," and like, I love that Roman remembered something about us. I'm like, we've only met you one time, and he's like, "I remember you guys. You were learning Albed. How's it going? How you doing?"
Real Corey energy when he checks in to see how everyone's doing with their Japanese studies.
Yeah.
I mean, we did theoretically just save his chocobos.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Unless Elma did.
That's true.
It was definitely Elma.
Well,
even when it was us, it was Elma.
Well, like Elma's important enough that like anybody who's like roughly related to or around Elma, he remembers all.
I remember I met these guys the day that I also met Elma.
Yeah,
these dudes are fucking cool.
Yeah. But you can say it's either going okay or no good. So I said it's going okay because I know the entire Albed language because I used the fucking save feature or whatever.
I said it's going okay because I earned that when I reloaded saves to go back and get the ones that I missed. God damn it!
And he's like, "Well, that's good to hear. Allow me to present you with this book for your study." And then you get Albed Primer 14. And even if you already have Albed Primer
This is
14,
the,
you get it again.
Online edition.
I was gonna say, this is the one that's an MMO.
And it's H to N. So all H's are N's.
But if you said no good for how your language is going,
I see. Well, it may not be essential for daily life.
Does he not give you one?
no, he doesn't give you anything.
Ah.
So if you're a good student, he'll give you a primer.
That's cool. Yeah, and he
You aren't
like
taking your studies seriously, he won't take it seriously either.
Yeah.
well, I mean, I kind of appreciate that too because
He's like, I don't want to force this on you.
yeah. You don't need
Only
to
if
learn
you're
our
into it,
language.
yeah.
Rin's a good guy. I like
Yeah,
Rin.
I like Rin.
I like Rin.
Rin's good.
And then he looks around and he goes, oh, "Would that be Sir Orin by any chance?" And you can say like, "Yep, that's him," or "Nope, wrong guy." And last time I played, I said, "Nope, wrong guy," because I was like, Orin would probably value his privacy and like doesn't want to be talked to. But this time I was like, "Yeah, that's
unless
him."
it's Parthello.
Yeah.
Sir Orin.
It's like in fucking Lord of the Rings when like fucking the hobbits are like in the thing and they like point to Frodo or something and like completely just like call him out. And then it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
You see it happen in like slow motion.
Yeah.
The Nazguls just swarm in.
Yeah. So what did you all say?
I also said, yeah, that's him.
I said no.
I'm
what
trying
happens if
to
you say no?
look cool. I'm like, yeah, that's my good friend Sir Orin.
Yeah, if you say no, he says, "Oh, he looks so much like him."
That's pretty much it. Okay.
He's like, "Oh, my mistake then."
So if you say yes, he's like, oh, "As I thought. I've been wondering since I saw him at the Mihin High Road." And he walks up to talk to him, and we get some like important backstory, I think, because like again, Orin's been very like shady around certain topics.
Secretive,
we don't know his background and everything. And this is
Curtis
just a little
is calling
bit more.
him shady after he was like, I think that Orin deserves his privacy.
Yeah. Rin says,
I wonder if you remember me. 10 years ago, at the beginning of Lord Braska's calm.
and Orange goes, "Oh yeah, I should thank you." And he goes, "No, not at all. I could not leave a wounded man to die. However, I was surprised when I saw you gone the next morning with that wound. An ordinary man would not have been able to walk." And Orange just like slowly is like, "I'd rather drop that subject, Rin." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And like, the background of Orin becomes more and more cloudy all the time.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Probably has
jive well
nothing-
with the far plane. Can travel through time or something.
Jack
like,
probably thought he was a fiend too.
Alex. It's like you could write this game.
I was about to go elaborate further on that joke with a joke of my own, but I'm pretty sure it's probably the actual plot. So I'll say it. We can cut it out. We can talk about it later. I was like, yeah, he definitely got too drunk and attacked all.
Well, we're like halfway through the game. Like we're starting to kind of like figure things out.
Yeah. He says, by the way, Maester Seymour and his entourage passed by a while ago, and the Maesters to be married soon?
And Tidus again is like, where do you hear that?
Yeah, I know. He's like, the Guado are telling everyone. And he goes, oh, they are they? Like, Tidus is so upset by it. And I, like, revel in his fucking pain. I don't know why. I shouldn't. But at the same time, like, look, dude, she's not a piece of property, man.
Yeah,
and
dude.
she's like, she's not your girlfriend. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, she may even like you at this point.
Yeah.
But, like,
quit being possessive.
yeah. You need to, like, chill the fuck out.
Chill,
like,
dude.
she's her own person.
Is this the point where we get to maybe go check in on Yuna?
Yeah.
Yeah. We can also, there's some items that you can buy here.
Oh, yeah.
I want to point out that this is where you can buy
Awaka is
grenades.
nowhere to be
You can
seen.
buy grenades here, and I would recommend you buy lots of grenades for a very specific thing that happens in the Thunder Plains.
Yeah. I did not buy any grenades. Instead, I did a thing that I did the last time we were at the travel agency where I'm like, oh, cool, there's a map. I can finally get a fucking map. And I bought it, and then I realized I had 2 in my inventory. I was like, that's kind of weird. And what I was saying earlier about me wanting to hoard every item because of customization and stuff that just was unlocked, I was like, I'm going to buy, they're 50 gil each. I'm going to buy 99 maps. And I'm excited to talk about that more.
Now or?
Soon.
Okay. All right, cool.
Ooh.
This episode.
I don't know if I knew that could, I want to say junction. That's not right. Be equipped on anything, whatever. Customized. That's the name of the
You
term
can
of
use
this
them
game.
to like wrap presents. Make a parka.
Wrap a famous Halloween present.
Paper mache.
So you can talk to your party members. I think the only person that really says anything that's worthwhile is Lulu. She says, Yuna looked preoccupied. Was it because of Jiskel? Don't tell Rikku, but we better leave as soon as Yuna's better. And like I feel like that was like really the only one that had any content, I think, to it.
Yeah, Kimari says, Yuna resting, go away. And then if you talk to him again, he said, Kimari said go away.
I know, yeah.
But yeah, I don't think there's too much else.
I like that we get to see.
Oh, wait, I do really like what Aaron says, where he's like, this is going to be an exhausting journey. Like going back to him of being like, I think he even says like, it's difficult to travel with such a young summoner.
He says that in a second, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it's coming up, I believe.
I think he just, if you do talk
Oh,
about it,
no.
Oh, is that what he said? Okay, I'm sorry. My
I
mistake.
could be...
It's not easy being a guardian to one so young.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is going to be some journey. Yeah. Okay. So he's already like, God damn it, these fucking kids.
I know, dude. I
dragging their
kind of feel bad for him because he's like, what is it called? Like trying to herd cats or whatever. You know what I mean? Because like, he's like, no, there's literally one thing that matters. And that's it. Like, nothing of this other stuff will even exist if we fail on our fucking journey. Get your fucking head in the game. And everybody's like so concerned about the smaller stuff.
It makes me think of like a dad who's taking his family on vacation. And he's just like, oh my God, no, we're not going to fucking stop at McDonald's. We just need to get to the cabin and then we can start enjoying everything. I just need to get everyone there.
It's going to be fucking perfect. This vacation's going to be perfect, goddammit.
But once we walk into the back, like Tidus goes back to check on Yuna. And as he walks by the door of the room that she's in, he can hear like...
There's something weird, yeah.
There's like a little bit of like speech. It sounds like Yuna's talking to somebody.
Yeah,
right?
and it's like...
Except she's not talking. It's just another voice.
We just hear like crackly.
It's like the drive-through speaker in a Homestar Runner.
Yeah.
Wait for your arm, sir.
Yeah. And then he like...
Sever your arm, what?
Very comically like tries to lean in against the door and listen to it. Like it's very... hilarious the way he like awkwardly props himself up against the door. It's kind of dumb.
And this whole scene coming right here, starting here, starting from when he falls through the door, is all like a locked camera angle, and it feels like a black box theater production because
oh my God,
because the way I think everything looks very like mocap, but the camera's just locked in one location. Everyone's kind of leaving and coming in and out of the room. It feels very like
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
no music or anything.
It's that's awesome.
A lot of overacting.
Excuse me.
But yeah, he does like he leans into the door, and the door was not locked or closed all the way, so he falls through the door. It's like a very anime trope.
Just as anime as Rikku crawling around on the floor.
Yeah, right. And he like rolls in, and Yuna's like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" And she goes,
Yes?
and like we as the audience can see. Like, I think the idea is that, like, your eye isn't drawn to it, so maybe you're not looking at it, but we as the audience can see that sphere that Lord Jiskel drops is on her desk, and it's projecting an image of Lord Jiskel, right?
A little tiny one.
And
Help me,
I was
Obi-Wan
going to
Kenobi.
say it, goddammit!
Yeah.
You may only hope.
It looks like a little figurine, like a,
Yeah,
a
it's
cool
like
Jiskel action figure.
Not a Funko Pop. But...
No, that's the World of Final Fantasy version of Jiskel. Is the Funko Pop one.
Oh God, is there? Yeah, look it up.
Oh, I don't know, maybe.
So yeah, he barges in accidentally, and Yuna's like, yes, like very
Yeah.
startled.
Yeah, she like turns off the little projection, right?
It takes
Yeah.
her a second to realize it, yeah. And Tidus is like, well, it's nothing. I just, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have come in. And then, Yuna, like, while he's doing that, she's like, oh shit, and turns off that sphere, yeah.
Don't come in, Mom.
Yeah, don't come in. You're like opening up the door and you're communicating with the dead soul. No.
Yeah, and Tidus is like, wasn't that the Jiskel Guado guy?
Jizquil.
Quacktar.
I got like real bad allergies. I need to take some Jizquil.
And Yuna says, the sphere is his will. It says, take care of my son.
And Tidus is like, his son?
And yeah,
Seymour?
Teed is the last person, like the last horse to cross the finish line. His son, Seymour.
Wait, but his son is Seymour.
And he goes, oh, I love this line by Tidus. It's so good. He like acts like he's punching something. And he goes, I know one way to take care of him.
Yeah.
My boy.
Yeah, which is really good.
My boy.
Probably not a good time to be saying that, but like,
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
Saying what we're all thinking.
It's like, yeah, get his ass.
Yeah, I know. Like, I don't want Tidus to get his ass because Tidus sucks.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. And then Yuna just like, she's like kind of, she's upset by that, right?
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, I'm sorry, and like runs by him and runs out the door.
She looks very distraught. Yeah.
And then just like you were saying, Alex, like a very black box theater
Or
production.
like a Kramer. Just
Walker walks in the room and he looks all haggard.
Just slides in.
Newman walks in
Tidus.
and he's just like, hello, Tidus.
Newman.
Seymour.
Seymour. So good. Spearfeld.
Seymour's threatening to jump off the roof again.
The reason Walker's so tan is he was like, he's basting himself on the apartment fucking roof. And then he says the N-word at a comedy club years later.
Oh, God, yeah.
It tracks.
It is Walker.
Oh, my God.
And Waka says,
Michael Richard, you're not allowed to come on the podcast and defend yourself. We don't want to hear it. You had your chance on the Curb Your Enthusiasm Seinfeld reunion.
So Tidus is like eyeballing the sphere that Yuna left on the desk, right? And like very comically as he's like looking, like it's very like slapstick.
Yeah.
Like he's like looking at it and like
the camera has
it.
not moved at all.
No,
it's so
no.
funny.
And then like Waka like very proudly, like his chest is all out and he's looking up in the air. Yeah, just like do like walks in and he sees Tidus and like he just walks in.
So Grandpa Simpson turns around and goes back.
Yeah. And he's
Is
just
your
like,
name Bart?
does your father know you're working here? And then he just walks up to Tidus and he goes, what do you think you're up to? And
He gets him in a headlock.
He puts him in a headlock from behind, yeah.
It's very brotherly.
And
It's so
like,
good.
Yuna was acting funny.
Yeah. She'll tell us when she's ready, so hold your chocobos till then. Yeah.
I love
hold your
that.
chokobos, yeah.
So good.
And yeah, Tidus like, all right, let me go.
And in true older brother form, he then accidentally shoots Tidus with lightning. And now Tidus is afraid of the thunder planes.
But yeah.
I'd like to imagine older brothers in Spira will like cast reflect on themselves and then have like their younger sibling like shoot fire at them or something. And then it'll bounce back and be like, why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself?
I know I said this last time, I think, maybe 2 times ago. I cannot fucking wait until we meet Riku's brother.
Hell yeah.
I was in a stream today where somebody
his
was
stream.
Yeah, his
Oh,
stream.
dude, I didn't know he streamed. Sick.
Where somebody like actually a couple people were like,
I think I know who it is.
they were like, I hate Riku's brother so much. He's such an annoying character. And I was like, I will not stand here and fucking abide bashing Riku's brother. He's incredible.
It's Kate Sith.
It's Kate Sith, and he's the best fucking. No, it's not best. I would hate him then. Anyway.
Speaking of, I did equip Lulu with Kate Sith. Little
Oh,
yeah,
hell yeah.
she has a
It's ready.
weapon.
Did you do the noxious one?
I forget what it does, but I like my first encounter here. Like, one of those was the larvas or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
One of the larvas wasn't going on. I did like 2 attacks on it. I'm like, ugh, and I accidentally had Lulu.
I did
attack,
that too.
And then it hit and killed it. Like, whoa!
Oh, really?
But I think
MVP.
it was like the last like 10 HP left. It was so silly.
Yeah, she has like no attack.
That's why Nins calls him MVP.
So yeah, we walk out, and I like that as soon as we because actually at that point we get the little in music, and we hear Tidus snoring and all that.
Yeah.
And the next morning, the room, the hallway to go back there is fucking barricaded off.
It's roped off. Yeah,
as
it's
soon
like
as
the
fucking
velvet rope.
All this luggage isn't all this.
yeah, all of our stuff's back there.
Shit, I left my AirPods back there.
I think you mean Rin's stuff.
I was trying to think of the all the cargo from when we were in Luca. Just blocking the docks again. There's a guy who's there and all this like I turned my back for 1 minute. And all
Yeah.
this cargo.
Oh no.
we get halfway to Xanarkand, and fucking like somebody realizes it and goes, Kevin. Anyway,
Lulu
yeah.
says, we're not through the Thunder Plains yet, so be prepared, all right?
Yep.
And then you can talk to her again, and she says,
Did you two have a fight?
Oh wow.
and I'm wondering who she's talking about.
Maybe Yuna?
I was thinking it might be Yuna, because at first I was like, oh yeah, Waka put me in a headlock, and then I'm like, no, wait, she's probably talking about Yuna.
Well, Yuna and Tidus are always like a real buddy, right?
Yeah.
Like they're real tight together or whatever. Because again, like they're young, they're probably attracted to each other or whatever. So like, and this is like, that last scene is like the first scene where Yuna's like, does not want to talk to Tidus, like leave me alone,
Yeah.
kind of thing. You know what I mean? So Lulu probably is picking up on that and being like,
That's what I thought too, yeah.
Because like Yuna is standing here, but she's not facing the party. She's like looking at other stuff. It's almost like she intentionally is not talking to anybody.
Yeah.
And like distancing herself, right?
Yeah, she's by the...
Auron told us we do not want that. We did the one thing Auron told us not to do is get Yuna to distance
not our
herself
fault.
from it.
Yeah, she's
Isn't
standing...
that, yeah, it's not our fault for busting into her room.
She's standing by the crane game in this room.
What's the name of a UFO catcher?
Hell yeah.
There we go.
You can talk to Waka.
Yeah. Waka says, whatever happens, we're still Yuna's guardians.
And you can say, I know, or yeah, but...
And I said, I know.
I said, yeah, but
Oh,
in
what
true
happened?
shit-ass Titus way.
What does he say?
He says, I know how you feel. And then if you talk to him again, he says, let's give Rikku a kick in the butt and go.
Yeah. If you say, I know, he says, then let's just go on with the rest of the journey, Auron's looking at Rikku, right? He's just like staring at her.
Yeah.
And if you talk to him, he says,
She's not going to move unless we do something.
he's so annoyed by her. It's incredible. Because, like, again, like, Auron is, like, unflappable. That's what makes him so cool, is that
Yeah.
he's just so fucking cool under pressure. And I love that, like, we've known Rikku for, like, all of an hour, and she's so far under his fucking skin. He just cannot deal with her. It's so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Like, he can handle sin and eldritch horrors and all kinds of awful things, like the pressure of high politics and shit, but, like, this one like annoying girl who's like scared of lightning, he's just like he's like so frustrated by her.
Waka should just like hit her with a sleep ball and they just
They just carry her.
Yeah, you can talk to Yuna, and she just says, if it's okay with Rikku, shall we go?
Yeah, and if you talk to Rikku, that's how like you can.
Yeah, that's how you progress.
Yeah. Rikku says, it's not stopping, is it? And Auron walks out and goes, don't tell me you're hoping it would. Fine, stay here. I'm like,
Yeah.
in
she's
between
like,
lines there's like thunder striking outside.
Yeah.
And she's like, all right already. You didn't have to say it like that, you know. You could be more comforting or something.
You know, try to cheer me up. You just don't get me at all, do you? Hey, are you listening?
I know. I'm not scared, you hear? And at this point, like,
I
Auron's
love
been
that.
gone for like fucking 20 seconds. He's like
he's
well
out.
away. He cannot hear what she's saying.
He's already in fucking Xanarkand at this point. Yeah, and she's just like, I'm not scared. You hear? I'm not scared. And she like runs out, which is, I like that. Where
Yeah.
she's like, it's very, again, going back to Home Alone, it's very Kevin McAllister,
Yeah,
like in the
yeah.
basement being like, I'm not afraid anymore. And then he looks at the furnace and is like, hello, Kevin.
I thought this is like kind of reminded me a little bit of like Yuffie and her like seasickness. Like
Yeah,
it's
I
like
love
her one weakness.
I think that's why.
I'm not scared, you hear?
But yeah, and then we see, so we leave the travel agency.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Rin. And we step outside, and we see, I like that, like, 5 of the members of the party, with the exception of Rikku and Auron, are standing right out front of the travel agency.
Yeah, hanging
and,
out
like,
in the stoop.
Rikku and Auron are well ahead, like, talking to each other. And I'm just like, I love this. I love this so much. I like, you know how, like,
I want to see the buddy cop movie of
Dude.
Rikku and Auron.
You know how, like, is there a name for, like...
It's like
what-
Logan.
You know, like like Tumblr people will do ships or whatever.
Yeah,
Is there
yeah.
a platonic ship word? Is that a thing?
There probably is.
It's never platonic on Tumblr.
Yeah, it's never
Well, okay.
platonic on Tumblr.
Fair enough. Well, anyway,
No, yeah, we want the
equivalent, the buddy cop movie. I want the
Yeah.
buddy cop movie of Rikku and Auron because I love their fucking dynamic so
You
much. Because they're
fucking-
talking to each other right now. They're actually like ahead, like hanging out, and I was
You-
like, ah.
You fucking know that Auron is just like chomping at the bit, getting ready to say, "I'm getting too old for this shit," right before like a huge explosion or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Like, oh, he's so good. But
He's the fucking Danny Glover of the party.
we see someone who we've seen quite a few times now.
Who's
yeah.
I don't want to say that Riku's the Mel Gibson of the. But what was his name in Lethal Weapon?
I don't know. I've never seen Lethal Weapon.
Leslie Nielsen, Naked Gun.
Yeah, we'll say that. But yeah. Sorry, go ahead. I'm
She's
sorry.
the Will Smith in Men in Black.
Hell yeah. New Hotness, old and busted. So yeah, as we're all standing there, someone just runs up. It's a familiar face.
Yeah.
Familiar set of binoculars.
Yeah.
They run up and I think they like take a picture.
Yeah.
And then run off.
Yeah, so that's,
run
we
forward.
discussed who this was last time.
Yeah,
right?
we already talked about who this
Accidentally
was. Yeah.
reveal that this is
Waka's.
Waka's
Waka's
This is
brother.
Waka's brother Chapu. Back from the dead.
Yeah, it's
Send
like-
him. Send him quick.
But yeah,
his name. I don't know if it said it.
we haven't heard it yet.
Okay,
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
if it said it in the dialogue when we saw him. But you took a photo, which I guess maybe explains how he showed a photo to his sister in the far plane.
Oh, maybe.
He might have
Yeah.
been just either we were supposed to see that after this point, or he found some other opportunity to take a picture of Yuna, either on Luca or something.
Honestly,
where he was like, "There's paparazzi everywhere."
I wouldn't be surprised if it was you're supposed to see that when you go back to like the far plane later
Oh,
to like
yeah,
look for
maybe.
stuff because like I mean it's the same sort of thing where I went back and Yuna was in like
The
in
party,
a plot
yeah.
device like sealed away from the party and then she's just like hanging out fighting fucking Ochus with us.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, he runs up, takes a picture, and runs off. And like we
Well,
still
rude.
don't. Yeah. We still don't really know who he is. Although, like you said last time, we get that scene.
Yeah,
or something.
he's her biggest fan. He'll follow her until she loves him. Papa Razzi.
Yeah.
That's all the lyrics I know to it. I was trying to come up with some other ones, but
That's such a fucking good song.
that is a great song. That whole album is
Yeah,
fucking
there's a really
fantastic.
good live performance of it at like the VMAs or something, where like
Really?
Lady Gaga like just gets covered in blood and stuff, and it's really cool.
That
It's really
rules.
metal. Shout out to Lady Gaga. Come on our podcast.
Lady Gaga, come on the podcast. Talk about Final Fantasy. It's not beneath you.
It's very in fashion.
Her last name also begins with GERM.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Lady Gaga is her perfect incarnation. Before that, it was Lady Gara and just Lady Gaga. Anyway,
Gaga's it.
There's something.
yeah, Lady Gaga's that sacred Ronso pop star.
As we're following along, like just on the path, like where we're going, there's something like
This
just,
never happens.
yeah, there's just something like on the ground, and I'm like, is that a part of the fucking like?
I thought it was
path?
like another Albed primary.
Yeah,
we
I was
just
so
got one.
yeah, it's just like a weird item, and then you pick it up and you get a yellow shield.
Yeah,
Which I already had because I fucking crafted it. And I was
Yeah.
like, God damn it.
But it was weird. I was just like, we never find just a random piece of equipment
It
on
was
the
really
ground.
easy to miss too.
Yeah.
Really?
It's
yeah.
one of those things from like on a CRT like television. How would anyone even see?
Yeah,
this?
you wouldn't see it.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's like a thing that you would find out about on Game Facts, and you'd be like, holy shit.
yeah.
But
So-
we can go back to the Cactuar stones as well.
Yes.
At this
okay.
point.
So we can go back, activate the Cactuar stones by
You
pressing
pray,
Y.
yeah, you pray to Yevon in front of them,
Yeah.
and then the aurora borealis around them dissipates.
Yeah.
So now,
And you hear like a little laugh, I think.
yeah,
Yeah. Because you're like,
yeah,
letting-
you
yeah.
found me.
But you so I'm gonna go and say that we've done that and we're progressing through the second half of the Thunder Plains, and there's not really anything except for more of those stones to like really discuss in the second half of the Thunder Plains. So I want to say that once we do unlock our first Cactuar stone, they become fightable enemies in this
Yeah.
area, and
Oh,
they'll
no.
show up. And Broham, they have evasion.
Oh,
Like
do they
always.
have evasion?
Yeah, and
this is when I started using Waka because I was just like, yo, he's got aim.
So I used aim, and I still couldn't fucking hit him.
They're still tough to hit.
And there's only, as far as
There's
I
a-
can tell,
there's a
there's
true
only
strat.
one
There's a
good way to do it.
Yep.
With the most real party member that we have,
Hell yeah.
Rikku has a skill that we haven't used yet. It hasn't been explained to us, right?
I think it might have been.
Has it been? We saw stealing from the treasure chests.
Yeah.
And mix, I think. I don't
Yeah.
think we've seen her other one.
What, use?
Yeah.
We did.
Oh, at the
that's
very beginning of the
first-
game.
That was
that's
the
right.
first tutorial.
That's right. The very first tutorial in the game
Yeah.
is actually how to use
Well,
Rikku's
first tutorial post.
Yeah,
post
sure.
Anakin.
Well, yeah, whatever. This game is
Episode
just
2.
this game is just a series of tutorials. It's fine.
Life is just a tutorial.
Until it's not.
But yeah, we can throw grenades at them, and grenades have 100% accuracy.
Hell yeah.
So one grenade is not enough to kill them, but they often appear in groups of 2 or 3. And so
Only when you unlock more stones. So when
Oh,
you
is that true?
when you unlock a stone, they will only appear as 1. When you unlock 2, 2, and 3, and so on.
really,
Yeah.
Oh, they have a penchant for running away. Like there's like a
That's their whole
coin
thing.
flip.
Like, let me actually read. If you have like Scout or whatever, and you have like just the ability built in, it says something like, "You will get a treat if you defeat it before it gets away."
I will say they also have Chocobo Feathers that you can steal.
Oh yeah.
Which, if you can steal a bunch before a certain point in the game, you will be very happy.
You should definitely steal some.
It takes a lot.
And
to-
what that does in terms of like what the item uses, I'm sure there's more uses with like mix and customizing and stuff.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, you can actually use you can use it and just cast haste on one of your party members, but that's probably a waste. Just have
So you
Tidus do that shit.
If you get a whole bunch of them, you can customize auto haste onto equipment, and you're just always in haste all the time.
Gotta
Hell
go
yeah.
fast.
Gotta go fast. And let me tell you, auto haste, like, okay, this is the point at which the game can be broken.
Yeah.
Because, like, when you have auto haste, you are fucking untouchable in this game.
Yeah, on one of the one of the Chocobo stones here, when you like pray to it,
Chocobo stones.
Yeah, you know, on one of the Cactar stones, when you pray to it, it changes the camera angle a little, and that's how I found that treasure chest.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
chilling back there
yeah.
that has like 5,000 gil in it. I'm like, oh, that's fucking awesome.
That's not the first time that's happened, too, where, like,
Yeah.
a little scene will happen, and it's almost like the cutscene is intentionally just showing us where a treasure chest
Yeah.
is that we can't see normally. So it's, like, rewarding us for paying attention. What do you get for beating them?
I think you just get really good items.
Yeah, okay.
So I have a screenshot here of after beating my first one, and I got like almost I got like 1,100 gil for it, like over
Ooh.
1,100 gil. I got a speed sphere and a conductor, which is like a Yuna what's it called, staff?
Yeah.
That has initiative on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
oh,
so-
that's right. No, I got 2 items with initiative
Yeah,
on it. That's
but I
right.
think I fought a bunch of Cactuars, and they drop like I think they just drop really good shit. I think they
Yeah.
just have good drops.
It might be initiative equipment might be the thing that they're saying, like, it's
Yeah.
the good stuff to drop from them.
Yeah.
And initiative just gives you the ability to go first in a battle.
Nice,
So that's
yeah.
pretty fucking huge.
Yeah.
Actually, especially when you're hunting Cactuar, now that I think about it.
And especially here, because I started using like the steal and then flee strategy, like
Yeah,
towards the end
yeah.
of just the enemies that I've killed a bunch of.
Yeah.
And like sometimes when you flee, like when you go back, you don't have Tidus as your first one.
Right.
Like Riku's a little faster than Tidus, so she'll go first
Yeah.
and then Tidus. But like there were points where I'm like, oh, I'm still getting bodied by these
Yeah.
things.
And I guess, like, this will be a recurring thing as we go through seasons of the podcast. But here as well, they can do 1,000 needles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just a straight, even 1,000 damage per attack.
Yeah.
They also have a physical attack that doesn't do too much damage.
Yeah.
But, like, at this point, 1,000 is a lot. Like,
The only one in my party who can like survive 2 of those is Auron, because
Same,
he's the
same.
only one who has like 2,000 HP.
everybody can at least survive 1 if they're topped off in
Yeah.
my party. So, like, at least there's that. It's not, like, just going to be absolutely deadly. But,
Rikku still has some.
oh,
bit to
yeah,
catch
maybe
up for me.
Rikku. Yeah, that's true.
Like, as soon as I entered this area, she just immediately got electrocuted. I'm like, oh, you're right. She still has like 33 HP or something.
yeah, right. Now, I will say, if you include Rikku in a lot of these battles and you're stealing and throwing grenades, like, she can get pretty tough
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
quickly.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was a great grinding opportunity for Rikku.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is a good spot to grind.
During this, I got Reflex on Lulu,
Mm-hmm.
which, you remember, like, cheer and focus and everything. This is for evasion. So it increases everybody evasion up to 5 times. So.
Hell yeah. So I want to talk about a strat that I have here,
Okay.
where I
Just
got
the map strat.
yeah.
Ooh.
I got
I'm ready.
I got Rikku into her overdrive, and then you get mix, And I was like, I did read about this beforehand because I wanted to confirm before dropping all the gil. But when you use mix and you mix a map with a map, she uses a move called Potato Masher, which does like 2,500 fucking damage to all enemies. It's just like I instantly got an overkill on the cactuar.
Dude, she is a monster.
She fucking
Riku's
rules.
a monster.
She fucking rules.
Potato masher. That's so funny.
Yeah, it's such a. I was just like, what?
So there's
Boil 'em, mash 'em.
Stick 'em in a stew. There's another enemy that appears only in the northern area, I believe. I don't.
Iron Giant.
You're not a FF7, the Wolfmeister.
Yeah,
you're that. Yeah, the Iron Giant, though. Yeah.
You are not a weapon. You are who you choose.
Oh
to be.
yeah.
So you beat
movie.
it through diplomat.
Yeah.
Diplomatic.
Yeah.
It's got a big ass sword.
Dude, he's a big old boy with a big old sword, and he can fucking roll out some numbers as far as damage is concerned.
Yeah.
Power Break with Orin does work on him though.
Yeah.
Which reduces the amount of damage he's doing to use considerably.
Yeah.
Like to the point where he's not really a big deal after that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I have a screenshot here of him hitting Kamari, and he's doing 350 damage.
That's the other thing. So I don't have Armor Break on Orin yet. I haven't learned that skill.
Yeah.
But I don't think it says in his scout message, but he's an armored class character.
Yeah.
So like Orin, because he has piercing, will do normal damage. And I was like, finally, a reason to bring back Kamari, because I never used Kamari. And I was like, Kamari has piercing. So I would fight these guys with Lulu, Kamari, and Orin and just roll out damage. I mean, just absurd numbers.
I was doing I had like Kamari in my party for fighting cactuars, and then I realized that he wasn't actually doing as much damage as Arin, even though he has piercing, and I was like, fuck him. And then like when I got to the Iron Giant, I was just like trying a couple of different stats, and then I just used like Watera with Lulu, and I was just like, oh, that's how you beat these guys. Easy.
She does so much damage.
Yeah, it did like a third of their health.
Yeah, it's not even like super effective against them, is it?
No,
she's just real fucking strong.
Yeah, it just does 1,000 damage, and you're like, well,
it's absurd how much damage Lulu can do.
Yeah.
The scan message on them does say that I think Darkness Buster works on them. Is that right?
Could be, yeah.
No,
it says something is effective against them, but something else, or like to watch out for something, I think.
Oh, I don't have it, but yeah, they have a slash that hits everybody. This is what you want to watch out for.
Yeah.
But I don't have that yet. I only have the Darkness Attack or Darkness Ball or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
Which doesn't have the success rate that the Buster moves do. So Waka will eventually get skills which are like Dark, Silence, whatever. Buster, which only work for one turn. So you'll like cast Darkness or you'll do Silence, but only one turn. But it is 100% effective.
Oh, nice.
Which I think is the coolest fucking strategy. Because again, like I've said multiple times, these battles are like puzzles.
Yeah.
And so it's like it trusts you as the player to like learn what the patterns of the enemy is and then cast the one thing that matters on the one turn where it matters.
Hell yeah.
So you have to like learn when he's going to do his big, giant, devastating blow and hit him with Darkness Buster on that specific turn, and then he'll miss everybody.
That's fucking awesome.
It's great. And like that's a thing we can do on like bosses later and all kinds of stuff. Like it's awesome.
Yeah.
But I don't have any of those yet, so
yeah.
Womp.
It takes a little while to get those too. I think I'm still a good bit away from them on the sphere grid.
Yeah. I did want to point out a very small thing. I got into a battle with two of those flying eyeball guys, and one of the Iron Giants at the same time, and I was like,
I saw that.
I was like, man, what a battle this is gonna be. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna summon. I have Yuna in overdrive. I'll just summon Veil for her and just see what we can do. And I hit him with an energy blast. 5k damage to every single enemy. I was like, whoa!
That's insane.
I don't remember that move doing that much damage last time I used it. What the fuck happened?
Yeah, that's a non-elemental move, right?
Yeah. And it's pretty strong. It's a very strong attack, too. So I was just like, holy shit. So, like, yeah, that works real well now.
Yeah, one of the strategies I ended up using on the flying guys, like since I didn't have Waka in my team for that, I would just use like Tidus's move that like delays their attack. I would use it on him, which I think might have a higher accuracy thing, because I like would usually hit them and then just kill them in one shot with Tidus.
Oh, nice.
Like, without even having to worry. Like I don't know if it actually has higher accuracy, but it was working for me.
Yeah, that
it didn't
good.
always work though, but it usually did.
It doesn't always work, but when it does,
hell yeah.
Wait, what's that?
I don't always drink Dos Equis.
That's it, Dos Equis.
What?
That's Spanish for 2 seconds.
But anyway, I think that's about it. There's some more of the stones that you can activate here, but I think you can only do like 3 at this point, right?
There's a giant plot point, but it's fine. I'll see y'all next week.
No. I just mean.
I know. Yeah. I think that's really all the gameplay elements. Although I did want to ask you guys, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Lightning dodging.
Ugh.
So again, that's a thing we can do here.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can't. That's a myth.
Were you able to dodge some lightning?
I was able to dodge some.
How many in a row did you get?
Like 0.
Just one.
I mean 1. I got 1 in a row. I went on a streak of 1. Maybe 2.
I
100.
I was at work last night while I was doing this whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was working, and I said to myself, okay, I'm gonna put on a fucking episode, put on an episode of Simpsons or whatever, right? And I was like, I'm just gonna do this while that runs, and not stop lightning dodging until this show is over, right? Like, because I don't like doing it.
Yeah, it sucks.
But I was like, I need to learn how to do it. I'm gonna try to get all the extra items and everything eventually in this game. Let's just fucking learn how to do it. And at the end of a full like 25-minute thing, I had 1 in a row. And only 1 period. I only dodged 1 lightning bolt in over 20 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
And I was like, this sucks ass. I hate this.
So yeah,
I'm so bad at it.
The strategy, apparently, according to my
I
research
did the strategy.
Do you had no encounter on?
Let's try it.
Yeah. So the
but I should have at least been able to get like 2.
The strategy is to have no encounter on, which we can get later on in the game. And there's certain areas, there's certain spots that will guarantee a lightning strike. In the same, it's like a tile essentially that like you just keep doing that over and over again. So, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when I get no encounter.
Yeah. If we're the current world record speedrun of FF10,
Hell yeah.
you definitely get the no encounter.
You have to get it. Yeah.
That's
so fucking cool.
R.I.P. everybody who's doing fucking FF10 speedruns.
Yeah. Anyone going for world record? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and so as we walk toward the exit of the Thunder Plains, we get a cutscene, right?
Yeah.
And Yuna says,
Everyone, wait.
And the party turns around and Waka's like, what's up? And she says, I have something to tell you. And Lulu's like, here?
Yeah, they're
like,
literally like... It's
like raining.
They're in the
like,
Thunder Zone.
Yeah, the Thunder Zone. And Rikku says, we're almost out of here. Let's go. And I like that when she says we're almost out of here, she like paws at the air or whatever. And she does like this little like thing. It's very cute.
Also, she has her nails painted.
She does. She has her nails painted yellow.
A lovely shade of yellow.
I love that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that at a little bit later scene in this area where I was like, oh, I really like that. That looks really good. And Yuna says, I have to say it now. And like I like that like Orin, again, for his like old manness or whatever, like does understand that like this is an important thing.
Yeah.
And so he looks around and sees like a little covering. Like you might find it like a fucking like picnic area.
A little pagoda.
A little well.
It's where you wait for timefall to pass in Death Stranding.
There you go. It's a bus stop.
Yeah.
Anyway. And he says, over there. And so we always, we go underneath it. And
it's a big mushroom.
On the way, we get Tidus narration. And he says,
somehow, my bad feelings always come true.
That's such an incel thing to say.
I know. Tidus.
But then it kind of just like pans up and shows Yuna. And she says, I've decided to marry.
Yeah.
And then Lulu kind of like face palms a little bit. And she's like disappointed. She said, I thought so. And and Waka's like, but why? Why'd you change your mind? And Yuna says,
for Spira's future and Yevon's unity. I thought it would be the best thing to do.
And Orin for being so cold and everything, he goes, that's not good enough.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Lulu's like, wait, is it? Is it because of Lord Jiskel?
Dude, Lulu's sharp, man. She's on point.
You can't get past Lulu.
No.
And Tidus is like, hey, that's fear.
Yeah, and then like Orin hears that and he's like, wait, what? Like he has no idea about his fear, and he walks up to you and he goes, show me.
Yeah.
Like, because he's like all of a sudden very concerned, right?
Yeah.
Which makes me concerned again.
It makes me concerned too, because up until this point, it's like, you're kind of like, okay, well, this is, something's going on. But like with Orin's concern here, I'm like, there's probably something deeper going on with this fear, with all the Lord Jiskel shit.
Lord Jiskel coming back from the fucking dead and dumping fear, and Yuna says, I can't. I must speak to Maester Seymour first. I truly am sorry, but this it's a personal matter.
Yeah, and then Waka's like, "You're kidding, yeah?"
Yeah, and Arn respects it. He says, "As you wish," and
Yeah.
she says, "I'm sorry." And then he like turns around a little bit to talk to her and says, "But one more thing," and she knows what he's gonna say, and she goes, "I won't quit the pilgrimage."
Yeah, Riku's like, "Fuck."
Yeah. And Arn says, "Well, then it's fine." And like Tidus tries to stop him. He's like,
Wait a minute, Orin. You don't care? I mean, you're not going to stop her?
And he just goes, "No, I'm not." As long as she is willing to face sin, all else is her concern.
Hell yeah.
That's a summoner's privilege as long as she journeys.
Yeah.
Like Tidus is all upset.
He's just huffing and puffing.
He's huffing. It's like,
but that's...
I know, but I liked her. Like, yeah, why won't everybody else stick up for me?
Yeah.
This is like, again, like fucking Tidus at the very beginning of the game. This is my story.
Yeah.
No
one
one
said so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's true. And then Waka says, "Yuna, just one question. Can't you just talk to Maester Seymour? You've got to marry him?" And like, about what? Like, I don't know what
The
Waka's,
wording is weird.
yeah, I don't know what Waka's getting at here exactly.
You can't just be pen pals?
Yeah,
so
you're right.
I think they do go into it a little bit here. She says, "I don't know, but I think it's the right thing to do." And Waka's like, "Okay, I guess." And and then Rikku stops her
I
and
love
says,
this.
"Uni." And I think there's like another
thunder
flash
hits,
of,
yeah. And
of
she
lightning.
screams at the sky.
Yeah, and then she goes,
Quiet!
yeah.
like she's thoroughly overcoming her fear in front of us, which kicks
off.
ass. Yeah. And she just says, "I wish we could help somehow, some way."
And that's where I saw her yellow fingernails.
Oh, hell yeah. Look at
Super
that. And Yuna says, "It's okay. I'll be fine." And then I think there's more Tidus narration, right?
Yeah.
She says, "I'm sorry." He says, "It's fine." She's willing to face sin. She's privileged. I didn't understand. But somehow, I felt like I didn't belong. But if I didn't belong with them, I'd be stuck in Spira, alone. And being alone in that place, well, I didn't want to think about it.
I'm tired of all this talk about summoner privilege. And then, so Arn says, "Next we're going to Makalania Temple. Yuna can talk with Seymour there. We Guardians will wait until they're done and then plan our next move. Understood?"
Yeah.
And that's the end of that scene. And then we're allowed to just move on from Thunder Plains.
Yeah.
And get on to the even worse Thundara Plains.
Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, I think in like the next scene we get a little more like lore about it all and like what Yuna is thinking and why Waka's like, "Oh, can't you just talk to Seymour?"
Yeah.
I think we'll talk about that a little more next week.
Yeah, I will say, if you're playing along with us at home, you're not allowed to save until past the intro scene.
Until you
for the next
finish
area.
your vegetables.
Until you finish your cactuars. But we'll talk about that scene in the next episode because it's technically part of the next area. But you will see the next scene if you're going to the next save point.
Yeah. Like as soon as you go onto the next screen, there's a cutscene, and then I don't even think there's any random encounters or anything. So there's just a save sphere right there.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are we doing next week?
Well, it'll be the significantly less spooky time of the year.
Yeah.
All will be behind us.
All will bed behind us.
We will put aside our monster mashes and we will start listening to our Thanksgivings by Adam Sandler.
Speaking of listening, I have something special to say about the music in the next area.
Oh yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, not like new or novel or anything to say about it.
It's a familiar tune you may have heard before.
But go listen to the Thunder Plains music. It's great.
Yeah, it's really good.
It fills me with happiness, except now it fills me with dread because I mentally have linked it to fucking being struck by lightning. Dude, I have even just walking through it when I was just casually walking through it, like not trying to dodge lightning or anything like that. Dude, it was like every fucking 10 steps.
Yeah. And it's not... If it was just one thing or the other, it would be fine.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm like, fuck this place. I'm going to only come back with no encounters. Because, like, just getting an encounter and then finishing a fucking fight and being, like, concerned and trying to heal up your party or something and then immediately getting hit by lightning that does nothing. Like, unless you're going for the streak, it literally just takes up time and you don't have control of your character and they bounce back a little bit. It's like Sideshow Bob stepping on the rakes. Like, it doesn't affect anything, but it's just like... Ugh.
Why can't this be like Final Fantasy X-2, where the lightning dodging mechanic is just DDR?
Oh, that's so much better.
So much better.
That's so fucking cool. Yeah.
You like go up to the fucking towers and just like,
My favorite thing is that I've started using the feature that the Switch has, where you can swipe from like the left.
Yeah.
And then
auto
will,
heal and stuff.
Yeah, it'll allow you to just completely heal up your party either with items or magic.
Magic, yeah.
And like I would get out of a battle.
I forget to do that all the time.
I get out of a battle and be like, okay, that was a little close. I need to heal up my party before I like
You
forget and
swipe
get into
while
it.
the screen's
and I
white.
I go to swipe, and then Tidus just gets fucking struck by lightning and bounces back, and I was just like,
And again, like he goes back a ways.
yeah, it's like a couple steps, and
Yeah.
it's like again, it's just annoying.
Yeah.
Mostly, like I'm sure when we talk about what we have to talk about when we come back here, I'm gonna be really fucking pissed,
Oh, boy.
and I'm gonna hate it. But
Well, I will say this. You know what? Besides that mechanic, though, I actually do like the area.
this is a cool area.
Like, I think it's designed well. I think the music's good. I like the fights here a lot.
yeah.
Because, like, they're fast, but they do take a little bit of finagling. And there's
Yeah.
multiple ways to do them.
Yeah, I didn't mind grinding here.
Yeah, so I felt smart. If I was getting, like, good items.
Also, it didn't overstay its welcome. Like, it was
Yeah.
2 screens.
Yeah.
2 kind of annoying screens. I was like, oh, fuck, is there going to be a fucking big boss battle at the end of this? Like, I've been on this for like an hour or so and not really going too far. Am I going to have to do a boss fight? Am I going to have to do like a second phase boss fight or anything? And then it's just like, oh no, I finished it. Nice.
Yeah. It's good.
I like it.
What do you think, Alex?
It's okay. It's kind of a pain in the ass.
A real C. C
Yeah.
minus.
Do not recommend.
Yeah.
I would not recommend.
I'll maybe try it on like an actual PS2 at some point.
Yeah.
I wish I could like code in Python or something. That way I could like have a program that
If
just
strike.
Yeah, like
If
if
strike,
like
then
this
jump.
pixel turns white or something like that. You know what I mean?
I think you can use a light sensor or whatever, and just like the whole entire screen turns white.
How do I hook up my light gun to it? So I can just zap.
Zap?
Yeah, I think that does it.
Yeah, that's it.
Thanks for a spooky time, listener.
Yeah, that was
yes.
real spunky.
Extremely spooky.
Real spunky. What did you say earlier?
Listeners, be sleepy.
Yeah, you're in for a creepy. All right.
Yeah,
That's all I got to say. I know it's not like a super like amazing sign off or anything.
Yeah,
but, like,
it wasn't a huge episode. It's just lots of interesting little mechanics.
Yeah, cool
learning some new tricks.
Getting to see some old friends, cactuars. Spelled differently for some reason, but
Wait, are the encounters also spelled with Q?
yes.
Encounters.
They're just Q in this game, yeah.
Yeah, Q.
They for some reason they think
Cactuar is Q?
Sephiroth is still alive and that he is going to Seymour's rallies and that some sort of storm is coming. It's weird.
They're gonna lock Yuna up.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
It's all gonna come together. It's all gonna make sense at the end.
Yeah.
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 Orin's in on it.
The storm is coming.
Waiting for the next Quackdoor drop.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I am gonna say one more thing. Coming up, I guess not in the next area, but soon. The next boss that we fight, till the end of the game, are all real cool. Like
Hell
real tough, but like this game is gonna start being like, all right, we taught you all the rules, figure this shit out, and then you're like, how do you do this?
Alex, I'm sorry that my chair is creaking. I was trying to do spooky haunted house noises.
No, I can't do it.
Spooky.
There it is.
Spooky.
Anyway,
Carl still has his
yeah. So
thingy coming up.
yeah, next weekend, I guess.
If this comes out on Halloween.
If this comes out on time, which I'm sure it will. On Saturday, November 7th at 11, like around 11 p.m. Eastern time, I will be doing a speedrun of Demon Tower from Night in the Woods with our friend Ashwin. And we're doing it for the Speed Souls Charity Marathon, which is benefiting Save the Children. So
Love it.
Tune in. There's going to be some donation incentives. Maybe I'll be playing some bass after that, weirdly.
Oh.
So, yeah, we'll see.
Weird
Depends on-
autumn.
A weird autumn.
Oh yeah, in October, no less.
Yeah. So it's
Or
gonna be really
November.
fun. We'll have the schedule in the show notes, I'm sure. So definitely check that out. Check out the whole event. A lot of my friends are gonna be running various games. It's not just like Dark Souls games for those who don't really have an interest in Dark Souls, but it's gonna be a really cool event. And it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'll probably be hanging out in the Speed Souls chat like all weekend.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm
So-
excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Neato. Anything coming up? for you?
Nito, first of the dead.
Semf said Nito.
Alex, one day you gotta play through Dark Souls. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I won't.
We're gonna do a Dark Souls season just so we make Alex play it.
I tried.
That's fair. We'll do a co-op run. We should do a co-op Dark Souls run of me and Curtis getting summoned into Alex's world on Discord, so that we drag him along onto a pilgrimage.
That would be great.
We're going on a pilgrimage to the Kiln of the First Flame.
I
goddammit.
love it.
We are your guardians.
We name the characters like fucking like Waka and Tidus. And
I'm just
shit.
gonna do it like a pun on something. I think
It's gonna be
That'll
some
really
weekend
fun.
at Bernie's shit. I'm just gonna be dead.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that. We'll see.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, otherwise,
All right, Alex, zap us with electricity.
do you think if we die making this podcast, they'll like, oh, this podcast is great, but no one knows who made it?
Yeah, we recorded this on Machina, so they're not going to write about us in the history
They started
books.
constructing their last episode, and then they were struck by lightning and died. We've gone to meet Bilgan. Do you think Bilgan went to heaven or hell?
This could be on the good Machina for all we know. But he was erased.
Yeah.
His,
It's an Albert erasure.
leave us a voicemail at 530-Materia. Thanks to Night of the Round for the theme music this season. Thank you to Masashiyama Uzu, Nubo Matsu, Jinya Nekano for the music. Always really good. Real spooky. Leave us a review on iTunes. We are every FFF. No way, you're not. We're every F and FF on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Join our Discord. It's a real hoot. And we also have a Minecraft server now.
Hell yeah.
It's a hoot and a nanny.
I would go so far as to say it might even be a holler.
Come join the Good Beef Bros Discord channel.
Oh, it's true. We do have a Minecraft server now, though, like you were saying.
Yeah.
And it's real dumb. We named it Neo Midgar, and I made a big glass sign that says Neo Midgar on it. Some people have been making a cool storage house.
Hell yeah.
Actually, no, I can say their name. Past guest of the show, Nins.
And as always, thunder only happens when it's raining. Gamers only game when they're gaming.
Oh, so they say.
Bye.
Bye.